Hello, it's Jay Thorpe, Flexwork Fitness, and we have another book review for you guys. So this next one is called Breath by James Nestor. This is a book that I heard about on the Joe Rogan podcast. He was kind of ranting and raving to one of the guests about. And so at first, I was like, yeah, I guess like breathwork can kind of play into your life, but I didn't realize how something so simple and something we do every day, if not you ain't existing, we do every single day, can have huge implications on the quality of our life and even our lifespan, as it's been shown. So James Nestor, he is a journalist, and he did a lot of experiments on himself, just kind of showing the different implications that can happen if we were not breathing correctly. And he even traces it back to like caveman days, like how even like our nasal cavities are even shaped differently because that the way that we're breathing now, which we are chronic mouth breathers, and it's been shown that chronic mouth breathing can play into a lot of things like such as anxiety, such as blood pressure. It can play into increased heart rate, which, as we know, are pretty integral for quality life. So yeah, it just kind of really opened my eyes, and it's amazing that this stuff isn't new. Maybe the science is coming out now past like probably 20, 30 years, but Eastern cultures have been practicing this for thousands of years. Yoga is something that's real big on breath work. That's something that's been practiced for, I don't even know how long. So like these cultures have known about how the way we breathe can influence, those different markers and how we can have a more quality of life. So the thing that drew me to it was more so on the performance aspect, because again, I didn't know about all the health benefits that can play through breathing correctly. So how do you breathe correctly then? I guess that's the next question. So in his book, he talks about nasal breathing. Sorry, that's a big ass truck just went past. Talks about nasal breathing. So breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. And a lot of us, again, we're chronic mouth breathers. And one pretty crazy correlation was how breathing through your mouth is a good predictor of getting cavities, actually. And I think it was like even more than like sugar. I don't know the connection. I don't remember. He might have even talked about it in the book, but that was just one thing I remember from reading it. I'm like, that's insane. So again, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, and also taking slower breaths. So he showed a link between the lifespan of different animals. So alligators, for example, alligators don't actually die from aging, which is the craziest thing. They die from external factors like not being able to handle something, like whether it's like a predator or disease or whatever. Like they don't actually die from biological aging, and they are an animal that breathe like one time per minute, which is crazy. I think for people it was, I want to say like 12 to 14 times per minute was something people breathe. And then smaller animals breathe a lot faster, a lot more times per minute, and they generally have less of a lifespan than us. So it was pretty cool, the connection between that, or I should say correlation. I don't know if it was like a for sure thing, like saying, they did show that if you breathe slower, it kind of works more for a longer lifespan. So that was pretty crazy. And even the way your breath plays onto stress. As we're learning now, stress is a killer. Stress will negatively influence you in so many different ways. And one of the ways to combat stress is by focusing on breath work and focusing on the present moment. So, yeah, I don't know. This book was just nuts to me. I don't know. I got a lot of value from it. And it's something I'm going to have to definitely reread. Because there's just so many takeaways from it. And again, this is something we all do. Whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're in shape, whether you're out of shape, learning how to breathe correctly will improve the quality of your life and could even improve your lifespan. So yeah, that was my next book review. Breath by James Nestor. I highly recommend. I think it's on. Pretty sure it's on Audible. I listened to it on an app called Scribd. Yeah. So somebody did ask, how are you getting all these books without going bankrupt? That's a great question. I never buy books new. I'll either go on eBay, buy them used. I use an app called Scribd, which I think is 1,000 times better than Audible. Audible has a little bit more of the best-selling book choices, but Scribd has way more books, and they have PDFs that you can read of different books that people probably don't upload legally. But yeah, they're on there. So yeah, that's how I get my books. And if you guys have any recommendations of ones you want me to read and do a review on, let me know. And yeah, comment below. Thanks.